Got a good connection this morning. Yeah, live with Fat Bill here in the studios at the AGDT, American Times USA, the Dixieline Connection at the foot of Turkey Cock Mountain. Good morning. What's the word today, y'all? Hey there. Got somebody in the room this morning. How you doing today? So, talking about the news here this morning and all this stuff with these guns and all this shooting going on. What, we had 3 shootings over the weekend. Had a shooting at a bar, killed 3 people. Had the shooting at the FedEx facility in Indianapolis, killed several people. And had the shooting in Texas. And they're still after that guy. They're still looking for him. What the hell's going on? And that guy in Indianapolis that shot up the FedEx facility, he's one of these bronies. Brony is they're into My Little Pony. They collect My Little Pony. My Little Pony is a children's doll. It's a toy. And they fantasize about having relationships with My Little Pony, the brony. And they out here chasing dog men. While you got bronies out shooting up FedEx facilities. Yeah, I don't know. Pretty dark stuff, man. Pretty dark stuff. Apparently, the guy was a ex-employee at the FedEx facility, and he had come back to do whatever he did. What do y'all think about that? I mainly come in here to sell my book this morning. I had a big book order come in. Guy that had a pet store in England, and he ordered like 25 copies. So the book is selling out. So don't miss out and not order your copy of Fat Bill by Fat Bill while you can. They're still available. I've got about 100 copies left, maybe a little bit more. But they're going quick. And you want to get you one. So what you guys want to talk about this morning? Morning chat. Let's see what's going on with the Bulldogs in the news. I have game dogs and dog fighting and pit bulls in my news feed. And so I get a lot of pit bull news in my. Let's see what we got here today. Police find dog fighting equipment and 5 pit bulls in Dorchester home. Police arrested a Dorchester man. They recovered 5 pit bulls from his home with equipment used to train dogs for fighting. Dorchester detectives. 5 dogs were recovered, as well as equipment used to train, items for training, breeding for fighting, marijuana, labels for packaging marijuana for sale, and a high-capacity magazine. Javier Roberto was arrested and faces charges for animal cruelty and assault and battery on an officer. Ooh, they pissed him off. Good morning, Bill. What's going on? Yeah, I'll bet. Sounds like the guy had a few dogs. I mean, it's just one after another after another. 4 charged in federal court in dogfighting case. Dogs rescued from alleged dogfighting ring recovered. I mean, this is just in the last 6 days. Gameness. Hey, this is in the Washington Post today. Gameness, a sport that harnesses the power of the pit bull. In 2010, hey, this is pretty neat. In 2010, I met Zook, an American pit bull terrier. He was 2, had been abandoned and was living on the street. I adopted him. At the time, I did extensive research on the breed and how I came across a sport called gameness. I realized that this sport was in many countries the solution to the end of at least reduced dog fighting. The sport consists of physical tests that assess a dog's potential without resorting to a physical confrontation between them. It focuses on the dog's energy and capabilities towards something enjoyable for the animals and their owners. The word gameness or games started to be used to determine a set of characteristics in certain type of dogs or breeds. A game or breed would be the one that showed the willingness to do a specific action, no matter how tired or worn out or discouraged or injured it was. Gameness is a sport that combines several elements. It incorporates different obstacles that provide challenges for the dog, forcing it to think about how to overcome them. On average, the most frequent obstacles are long, palisade, vertical, or wall climb, free jump, suspension, and weight pull. The reward, the position of the dog toward the obstacle, and the training as a whole, before, during, and after, have managed or not to overcome the task, depends entirely on its owner. Nowadays, this type of sport is not exclusive to pit bulls. Despite this type of dog being the majority at competitions, the sport is open to all breeds. With my work, I hope to encourage others to steer away from the stigma that exists around pit bulls and show that there are dogs with enormous potential. With good owners, they can achieve incredible feats and be dogs just like any others. Oh man, I love this article. Oh man, I gotta put this in my Facebook page. That is the stuff right there. Good stuff in the Washington Post today. Good stuff. Let's see here. I'll just have to copy that to the clipboard and I'll just put it directly in there. Yeah, that article appears in the Washington Post today. Let me see if I can put it up. I'm going to put it up on my Facebook page, on the Fat Bill Facebook page, and you guys can read it there. I'm going to put it up right now. Oh, geez, that's one of those long. Well, it works. It works. You can see it. There you go. All right. In Staunton, Virginia, right now in business across from Smiley's. They say the best barbecue in Virginia. Good morning, Bill. I've been enjoying your videos. Just got a new phone last on the screen cracked. Green River. Are you the original Green River? Like Green River Dog Supply? Hang on, I gotta get some more coffee. So see, that's what I'm talking about. Like where they talk about that gameness, and like I've been watching this event called Flyball. I don't know if you guys are familiar with that. Flyball. Um, ah, okay. So you're somebody else. Okay, well that's cool. But yeah, there's a lot you can do with your dogs. You know, you don't have to go out and put yourself in danger. Is what I keep trying to preach to everybody. You know, I mean, there's all kinds of fun stuff to do. Let me see if I can find that article. Well, I know I can find it because I got it on my Facebook page now. Anyhow, just go to my Facebook page and it's posted on there. Greg, what's up? Hey man, we just had this great article about it's called gameness. It's a game, and then people are doing it with their dogs, and they actually call it gameness. How about that? It's the newest thing. Article appears in Washington Post this morning, and it's in the insight section. Story is written by Hoa Silva and talks about gameness, a new sport for canines that's going around the world. About to walk into Dollar General and do some shopping. Oh man, that's what I need to do. I got company coming over today too, and I've got nothing in the house. Nothing. That's the only way I can lose weight is to have zero food in the house. If I have any food in the house, I'm going to eat it. So it's better for me just to buy my groceries as I'm eating them. You know, good folks in Morristown, Tennessee know who I am. Old General with his brother, they owned Frankie. Ah, cool, man. Well, it's up there. You can watch the video, man. I mean, basically, you know what I was talking about was capturing genes, and one of the ways you can capture genes is by doing the double granddaughter breeding. Um, Let me see if I can give you some more examples of that stuff. They did a lot of it with Black Widow. But when I do that stuff, there's a lot of dead time, and I don't feel like doing the dead time this morning, man. That's more at night. I'm not going to be on that long this morning. I got company coming. But the main thing is those are the type of breedings you can do when you know your blood. Now you can't do that stuff if you don't know your stuff. Like, in other words, you wouldn't want to do that type of breeding if you got a dog from somebody. That's the type of breeding you want to do after you've been breeding about 3 generations. And then you want to capture what you've had. Now, even though Carver hadn't been breeding that stuff for 3 generations, he'd been watching Tudor, and everybody knew that Tudor's pedigrees were straight. And the problem you guys have nowadays is getting a hold of straight pedigrees. Greg and I were looking through one the other night, and we're worried about the top side of the pedigree, and found out that the bottom side of the pedigree was completely destroyed. And we got to looking at it, and the whole pedigree was screwed up. Come on, Muhammad. He's probably not the only one. You might be projecting. You know, we don't want him in here talking. So the best thing to do is we don't want to talk about him either. If you notice, we don't talk about people in here. You know, we leave them alone. They leave us alone. So I let's see here. How do you hide that message? Hide user. I just want to remove that one message. There you go. Yeah, we're gonna delete that. Not gonna hit the clown. Not gonna go crazy. But we hit the clown on that one because you know I don't even want to give anybody any play like that, like by saying their name or any of that stuff, man. Read my book, Muhammad. You haven't read my book. If you saying somebody's name like that, you haven't read my book. And we don't speak the names of idiots. That's one of the things that Dixieline Connection, man. We let all that stuff. Oh, Ripper, boy, she was a good one. Now, when she was a puppy, that's how she got her name, was Ripper. One day we were in there. We were actually getting ready to go with John Wayne. We were getting ready for the John Wayne whiskey match when we went into Durant. And all of a sudden, there's this big commotion in the dog lot where Ripper and that litter's at, the Frisco Bolero litter's at. And I lift up the top of the box, and the puppies are only 6, 7 weeks old, maybe younger than that. And they're all in one corner, just like in fear of their life, while Ripper is just like standing in the middle of the dog box, looking at them like, all right, who's next? And this is when they were 6 weeks old. And that's how she got her name, Ripper. I mean, because she was just crazy. So that was the beginning of Ripper. And then she got put out into the kennel when she got older. And at the pig picking in '93, a pig got loose out of one of the out of one of the trucks that we brought him in, and it goes running across the yard. Well, as it goes running across the yard, she's on a 20-foot chain. She grabs that pig by the ear and rides that pig her whole 20-foot chain, so like 40 feet. And at the end of it, the pig just keeps going. The pig never misses a beat. And Ripper comes walking back with a piece of that pig's ear in her mouth. And old Russ fell in love with her. He was like, oh man, he said, I got to have that dog. So what I did was I made a deal with him. I said, I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll let you get the dog, but we're going to breed her to, when he agreed, he was going to breed her to the best Eli dogs in the country. And I was going to get a pair of pups out of every litter. And so he went ahead and took her and then bred her to Oscar, Boyle's Ace, Maverick. We got all these breedings done. And then after the Maverick breeding, I went ahead and got her back. And I bought her back from him. And I bred her to the Dick dog. And that produced a sweet pea litter. Then I bred her to Two Eyes and produced Spetty. And then I bred her to Two Eyes again and had a litter of pups off of her and Two Eyes on the ground when the feds busted me in September of 2000. And they took them. They took her and that litter of pups. They only took 6 dogs from me out of 88 dogs. They took Ripper, Dick, and the 4 puppies off of Ripper and Two Eyes. That's all they took. But of course, Ripper today, known as Fat Bill's Ripper, is, I mean, a phenomenal producing bitch. And I mean, you see her in, well, pretty much half the commercial breedings. I mean, she's out there in as far as U.S. pedigrees and Eli dogs, she's in half the Eli dogs being bred, isn't she? Yeah, that's right, Bill. It's just the best thing to do is not talk about them. One more cup. All right. My coffee gets blacker and blacker as I go along. I'll start out with it cream, sugar, and all right. So you like that Ripper story? She's a great bitch. Final note: when I was locked up, when I came home, there was a letter, and I've still got it, where somebody had tried to register pups off of her while I was gone, and the cops took her. But somebody tried to register a litter out of her and Bear, and ADBA contacted me. I'm not going to say who it was. You can figure it out. I wonder how they got a hold of her, or if they even did. But Orangadanga, I mean, she was just a super dog. I mean, that's really all I can say. I mean, she was up there in that class with Bolero and Bo, Huckleberry, um, just a super dog. Um, she would have went on to be a great producer. Um, I got two litters out of her. I bred her to Two Eyes twice, and the first time I got one male, and then the second time I got three pups. And Huckleberry was one of them, and that worked out real nice. But again, all that stuff kind of happened. You know, he went into his maturity right when I got busted and was in my probation, and it was really hard for me to have anything to do with breeding that dog. And Tommy turned around and sold him to that beginner. Some guy named Dave up in Minnesota ended up with him. And we tried to help him out and let him get a hold of New Granny in hoping that we could get Huckleberry and New Granny bred to each other. Imagine that breeding. Huckleberry out of Two Eyes and Orangadanga bred to New Granny, who was out of Two Eyes and Granny. Now you talk about that double breeding again. That would have been a double grandson of Two Eyes, the children would have been. And then the grandmothers would have been Granny and Orangadanga. Mm. You know, the females are so important. If you don't have quality females, if you don't have top-notch bitches that you're breeding to these male dogs, um, you're going to get whatever you're breeding. If you're breeding a cold dog, if you're breeding a cur dog, if you're breeding a dog that you don't like and you're just making the breeding trying to get puppies, hey Brandon, and you're just making the breeding trying to get puppies because of a pedigree type of a situation, you know, well, then you're going to get exactly what you got. See what I'm saying? You're going to get what you got. You're not going to get anything different. So, so if, so when you breed these females, when you talk about what's the common thread between Ripper and Orangadanga? They were great dogs, out of great dogs. I mean, Orangadanga's parents, Maverick and Ripper, Ripper, Frisco, and Bolero. I mean, and really bred like that, not fake stuff. Oh, it's it's a difference. It's like Boyle's Dirty Mary. These epic brood bitches. Um, it's really what you need to get that foundation to get started. You got to have that bitch that's um, out of good parents and out of and the grandparents. The grandparents are more important than the parents. I mean, look at Ripper's grandparents. Chinaman and Chinaman and Two Eyes as the grandfathers. I mean, I'll take that all day long. How'd you like to have a bitch who the grandfathers are Chinaman and Two Eyes? But I honestly believe that Two Eyes, I mean, it's a shame that he didn't get bred out more. He produced better being bred off the yard than he did being bred on the yard. My stuff, it's like it's such a thick bloodline, and it's so genetically, it just it's hard. It definitely produces way higher percentages when you cross it out. I mean, you look at the breedings of Two Eyes to McGee's Loca, Two Eyes to Banjo's sister. I forgot the name of the bitch. Um, but both those spun off bloodlines. And good morning, Brandon. Well, I'd stud old Donald out. He's young and healthy. I'm not interested in studding El Pedro. He's too old. He's never been bred. I'm not going to start breeding him now. He's just my buddy. I bottle fed him and raised him from a pup, and he's just my friend and just been hanging out with him for years. But if um, if you wanted to breed if you wanted to breed to Donald, um, I would consider breeding him out, um, just to calm his ass down. Um, he thinks he's a grizzly bear. I'm not kidding. He is he is a character. I'm gonna tell you, I gotta quit sleeping with the windows open. Let me get a picture here of Donald for you. You can check him out. He's a handful too. Check him out. I'm always putting Donald's picture up. I love him. That's my buddy right there. Oh, yeah. So what else is going on this morning? But that Ripper dog, I mean, some of the dogs she produced, like that Spetty dog, um, out of her and Two Eyes. I mean, that bitch right there, you talk about a producer. I mean, we bred Spetty to El Pedro. I mean, to Pedro Lives, and got that Stymie dog. and bred him to that Billy Stevens dog, and we got a really good litter. And then we bred Spetty to Clarence. Oh, excuse me, bred her to Weasel, and to Petey, and got the Weasel litter, which has been a real important litter. Oh yeah, right there, man. Right there. Click on that dog. Click on click on on Donald. His grandfather Weasel. See, my dog died on me, man. I had a son, a new granny, that I was going to make my stud dog. I had two of them. I was going to make Petey out of Two Eyes and New Granny, and then Norm out of Dick and New Granny. They were going to be my two studs, and I was going to swap the bitches off to two of them back and forth. But Norm passed away on me. Kind of screwed things up. But that was the plan. Was that Norm was supposed to be primary stud dog when I came home from prison. This was supposed to be my primary stud dog, but he died on me. Paris, what's going on, man? But he passed away at 7 years old back in 2006, kind of like we still don't know really what happened to him. But he was a bulldog now. Imagine a male version of Orangadanga. That was Norm. I mean, he was every bit the bulldog Orangadanga was. Every bit. First class, easy going, beautiful dog, black dog. I had to hit Matt up for some pictures of him. Attach a picture to his pedigree. You guys can check him out. But he looked a lot like Eli Jr., a lot like Chinaman, a lot like El Pedro. The black dog, straight legs, football head, red eyes. Beautiful animal. You'd have loved him. You'd have bred everything to him. I know we were trying to. But he got away from us. And it's a shame. But then his son, Clarence, come along. And Clarence really produced some beautiful animals. Really like the stuff off of Clarence. My little brood bitch, P2, which is Pucky's mother, she was just about like a little Bolero clone as far as the way she looked and acted. Had that little Bolero head on her, small dog. I mean, she was 33, 34 pounds in the kennel. if she had been put in show weight, she'd have probably, 31, 32 pounds, maybe even 29, because I kept her pretty fat. Well, no, because the Dick Dog is gone, and the pure Chinaman Bolero stuff without the Frisco stuff, it's gone. The Granny Dog that was out of Chinaman and Bolero, that stuff's gone. And just sometimes you have to let stuff go. Donald's as close as I can get. I mean, it has all the same dogs in it. So you just have to move forward. And Donald is now I do have, let me show you something where we do have um I guess you'd say it's close to him. Let's see here. Oh, this is about as close as we've been able to get to reproducing him. I mean, we've tried. Of course, we've tried, and I keep some stuff laying around. But check this out. Oh yeah, my friend Porky was out there fishing. I should have went with him yesterday. He killed it out there with those catfish bottles and the crappie fishing. Killed it, straight killed it. Sent me pictures telling me I should have come, but I didn't go. But I mean, that's as close as I can get to reproducing Norm. And it's that's basically again Eli with the new granny, but the new granny's been washed down to very little left. So yeah, you didn't know I had those dogs, did you? I'll try to keep that stuff around. Uh, yeah, man, we got definitely the blue cats. I don't know about the flatheads, the channel cats. We got channel cats. I don't know about the flatheads. You know, yeah, but check that pedigree out. Shit, I'm gonna go look at it too. Yeah, that's a nice one right there. And again, we talk about concentrating blood. How do you concentrate your blood? Well, take a look at this black cat dog's pedigree. Look how he concentrated his blood. You see that again? It's the same pattern. It's the same pattern over and over. And you guys wonder why my stuff runs so thick. And I sit here and tell you, oh, it's just lucky. It's just lucky. And you're like, oh, okay. But if you take a closer look, you'll see it's got all these genetic powerhouses in there that uh, uh, dominate the pedigrees. I mean, if you look at this one, you have two double grandchildren of Dick and a double granddaughter of Bolero. Right up front. Right up front. All three of these dogs are right up front. Oh man, yeah, I'd like to catch one of those on about a 8 pound test with about a six pound rod, little tiny rod and reel. Wee, wee. Work that thing over. So you go back and look at Tusker and Dooley's pedigree, and you'll see, yeah, sure, it's a pretty pedigree, but look, it's got two double grandsons of Dick in there, and then it's got a double granddaughter of Bolero right up front. So of course that stuff's going to be genetically powerful. I appreciate it, Fat Farm. And I'd tell you, you could stud to him, but man, that motherfucker's crazy. My buddy's got him, and he he just you can't naturally breed him. I mean, you might be able to, but my buddy can't. He he's just insane. Oh yeah, they need to be bred. They need to be bred. They got that Dios dog too. Let me put his pedigree up. Since Greg mentioned him. Now this dog's not mine. This is a friend of mine's dog down in Mississippi, and he just had a litter of puppies off of him and a Zebo bitch. Oh, that's a good bred dog. Now you look at his pedigree. And again, you got the Blackstreet Hooker dog in there, which is that double Clemens Dick. But you know, and when you look at that pedigree, Black Skull is a litter mate to Clemens Durango Red. That was my brother to Durango Red that I had. So you got a brother to Durango Red, a direct son of Skull, Skull to a double daughter of Six Bits, and then that's bred to a double grandson of Dick. Out of the norm dog. I mean, you just that Dios dog, like Greg said, yeah, that sucker can make your dick hard. Have you ever been noodling, Bill? The only noodling I ever done's at Frank's Pizza. I go over there and noodle all the time. Spaghetti, manicotti. I love the noodle at Frank's. Sometimes I salad too. I don't know about sticking my hand down there in a big old fish hole. What if there's a damn snapping turtle down there? Oh, I don't know, man. I don't have no garner dogs. You have to check with somebody else. You have to check with someone else. £41. You pulled a 41 pounder out. You got to be drunk to noodle. Oh, hell, Alan, you done that? I tell you what, I'd just take the fish and hit it on the head with a log. Got to be drunk to noodle. So when you watch people noodling on TV, how many of them do you imagine are drunk while they're doing it? All of them? 41-pound fish, pulling it out. Did your whole hand fit down its mouth, Bill? 41 pounds? I mean, could you fit your forearm down its mouth? That's crazy. That's nuts. Hey, y'all hit that like button. You got 14 people in the room. We ought to have 14 likes. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, share the video. Don't forget to buy my book, Fat Bill by Fat Bill. We got a few copies left. Comes with a killer jump drive. Originally, the jump drive came with the book of game dogs and the book interviews and the pictures from the book. We've increased that deal for the new buyers. I hate it for the old ones, but you know how it is in business. We've also increased it to you get the Ozzie Stevens audio interview and the Baker Davis audio interview. And the Sporting Dog Journal Books of Champions 72 through 94. So thank you, Brandon. So uh, um, get your orders in. You can order it on the splash page here. You can also order it at facebook.com/fatbill007. It's 10:06 Monday morning, April 19th. We're one day away from 420. The big 420 show is coming up. The big 420 show. Who's ready for the 420 show? We're going to run a marathon on 420. You're going to do a marathon show 420 afternoon. Probably come on about 6, 7 o'clock that night. We'll have us a smoke out. Woo, woo. 420. Y'all make sure you roll one up. I'll try to come on at 4:20 in the afternoon, but I can't promise it. I've just Tuesdays are busy for me. I hate that it falls on a Tuesday, but it's a busy day. It's a busy day. I think today is Lulu's birthday. Need to wish old Lulu a happy birthday up there in New Hampshire this morning. We got any other birthdays out there today? Anybody's birthday? We need to wish him a happy birthday today. Who's his whole arm and leg? I heard that. That sounds like my ex-girlfriend. I put my whole arm and leg in it. Can chihuahuas be game bred or conditioned? Mine hates other dogs, always wants to fight, may hog hunt with her. Oh, that sounds like a good idea, Sarah. Was just reading an article in the Washington Post today called "Gameness." Check it out, and it's posted on my Facebook page. And in the article, it's a sport that harnesses the power of all dogs that have that drive, that prey, that closeness to nature, like your Chihuahua has. And you can take your Chihuahua and feed it good, and take it and run it around the room, and maybe get a little laser light and run it around the room with a laser light, and then maybe get out there in the field and run that little dog and have fun with it and build it up and enter it in these gameness competitions. They've got them doing all kinds of stuff. They got them wall climbing. They got them chasing the ball. Let's see what all they say they had them doing in this thing. But look it up. Gameness competitions. Um, the article is written by a guy. Let me spell his name here for you. I got a GMC truck commercial trying to take over the deal. The guy's name is Joa, Joao Silva, Silva. Silva. The article appears today, April 19th, 2021, in the Washington Post. The article is entitled Gameness, a sport that harnesses the power of the pit bull. But the article is about all dogs and just how this guy is using his pit bull. So give it a try. I wouldn't suggest hog hunting with your dog because a hog might eat your dog. You know, hogs are they're omnivores. They eat vegetables, they eat meat, they eat anything they can. And Chihuahua is very small, so I wouldn't do that. You might get in trouble, hurt your little dog. You're gonna smoke live spleefs. Oh yeah, man! I'm gonna smoke live spleefs. I'm actually gonna roll up tobacco in a in a in in a rolling paper and just smoke cigarettes, hand rolled cigarettes that day. I mean, I can't smoke weed on YouTube, but I can smoke hand rolled cigarettes and have fun. Smoke with you guys. So, you know. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, man. Oh yeah, man. But you guys can smoke. Can't nobody see you. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Come to the 420 show. Get a little reggae playing. You know. See what's happening. Have a little reggae pre-show. Yeah. No. You are now paired. Enjoy. Shoot, there's a lot of people on here that live in legal states that are growing, and the and those guys could smoke for all of us. How about you guys? What do you think about a Chihuahua hog hunting? Huh? What do you think about that? Yeah, I don't know about a Chihuahua hog hunting. I don't think it would last that long. I think it would get in trouble. So, oh no, Pass the Dutchie. That's a good old song. Oh man, I love some reggae. Rasta man, you talk about the reggae man. Now those guys are probably going to throw down tomorrow. I bet you they're not going to smoke fakes. As a matter of fact, I'm out of cigarettes. I'm about to go nuts. I've been out since late last night. I need to go up to the store and I need to go to the post office. I'm coming up on an hour of streaming. Getting ready to shut this down. If you guys are done asking questions and done talking, the hog would break the Chihuahua. I don't know. What if the Chihuahua got on the hog's back and rode it like a little rodeo clown? Might break the hog spirit. I mean, imagine being a hog with a Chihuahua on your back. I couldn't take that for very long if I was a hog. How about the video of the Chihuahua chasing the hog? Now that's what I just want to see. I'd just like to see the Chihuahua chasing a pig. Like even if you just got a potbelly pig, like you used a potbelly pig for training the Chihuahua, like, and just had fun with it, and let the Chihuahua and the potbelly pig play together, and they chased each other around. Now, if you took it hog hunting, it would be in trouble. But you know, it could be friends with a potbelly pig, and that'd make a good video. Had that Chihuahua riding around on the back of a potbelly pig. All right. Well, Sarah, the group advises that you do not take your dog hog hunting. Um, and if you do compete with your dog, I suggest that you compete with other Chihuahuas, maybe some Patterdales. Kind of stay in your size group. Um, you and we need some video. We want you to send us a video of how crazy your little dog is. And now we don't want videos of him acting aggressive towards other dogs. So, but send us a video of him running around the house, maybe barking at the TV or something. But don't send me any video of him barking at other dogs and cranking on other dogs, because I don't like that shit. You know, that's not game bred. That's not conditioning because he hates other dogs. Um, for a dog to be in these gameness contests, they're going to be around other dogs, and they have to be tolerant of other dogs. And so, really, that's not a good trait if you're going to enter your dog in competition. And actually, if you wanted to hog hunt your dog hating other dogs makes it where your dog, even if it was a big dog, you couldn't hog hunt it. And because it's going to attack the other dogs while you're trying to hog hunt. You know, you want your dog not to like hogs, not dislike dogs. You know, and kind of mixed up there on that. So, but send us a video, Sarah. We'd like to see your dog. And you send me a video to my email. I'll put it up on the site. Let's see here. Let me give you my email. There you go. All right, folks. Well, I've been online for an hour, and I'm going to shut it down. Don't forget the book. Don't forget tomorrow, a big 420 show. And I'll get on tonight later on. It'll be late. I've got company and I've got a lot going on today. But I enjoyed it. The sun's coming up. Everything's getting brighter. As you can see, the shadow is going away. I like that picture. It's a cool picture. Reminds me of, what was the guy's name from Spider-Man, Half Face? That's a cool picture. But anyhow, all right, folks. I wish you well. I hope you have a great day. God bless y'all.